All right. We're doing this one from the standing desk today. I know that most of you have probably never seen me in the standing desk, but for those of you who are seeing me in the standing desk for the first time, welcome, welcome. I'm gonna go ahead and just throw this in here, where I'm gonna make sure that I mute this. Is this not on? This is on. Okay, and it's muted. All right. So what we're gonna do today is get into our first ever sleeper mock draft. And what I'll probably do is sit down soon. But as you can see, I was doing one here. I learned a few things about sleeper. I'm not a big fan of the sleeper nonsense. I think that this draft is over. Yeah, this draft is over. Now, what I'm gonna do is create a new NFL mock draft, and here's where I'm gonna set up the draft settings. So obviously these are the most standard. What I'm just gonna do is PPR. Again, like, I'm not willing to really do anything different here. For me, PPR is the main thing that I'm going for when I'm going for these kind of drafts. I don't have any kind of draft name. What I will be doing generally is 12 team drafts with we'll do like, it doesn't really make a difference. We'll do a 2 minute all players, third round reversal. I don't think that that's necessary here. Show team names instead of usernames on the draft board doesn't make a difference here. And what we're gonna do is, I think that I've been saying all off season that I would be wanting to draft at the 106. Looking at the sleeper ADP, I think that's even more likely because the 106 here means Jamar Chase. So we're going to update this within the roster settings. I have two. And this looks pretty good. Pretty good. There is a kicker defense, but I'm not super pressed about that. What I'll do is I'll claim team 6. And I'll claim team 12 and team. Oh wait, can I not claim multiple teams? I thought I could. Okay. Since we can't do that, we'll do this, and then what I'll do is I'll randomize. All right, we get the second pick. So randomize it a few times, and let's go ahead and get started here with the draft. It'll be really quick. Yeah, okay, sorry. So what I'm not seeing is my tool. Okay, there you go. So it'll tell you who the best players are available. Now what I'm going to do is an aggregate ADP just because these ADPs on Sleeper suck. But I also don't want to be reaching. Obviously Jameer Gibbs is going to be the best player here. And we'll see that all the players just get ripped off straight ahead. Puka Nacua at the 1.7. Yeah, I'm very much thinking the 1.6 is going to be the most elite, where Chase is ranked there, basically. Trey McBride is super overranked in these drafts. I feel like it's going to be very difficult to get Bestball out of my mind here. Like, see, my second best option here in an aggregated ADP is Rashee Rice, where he doesn't even show up for a while. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do one more after this and then see if I can join another lobby, but do we just go Chase Brown? The week 6 bye, if we take a look at our picks, we can see over here as well who we have in our picks. Detroit, he has the week 6 bye. Now, I'm not going to be too interested in taking my top 2 picks with the same bye. My third best ranked option is not even showing up here. So it's basically these two. What instead I'm going to do is I'm probably just going to take George Pickens to avoid that. And I may actually get... See, I got Chase Brown on the way back. Now we have the option of taking Breece Hall. I'm surprised that Breece Hall is just ranked that much higher than Kyron. I think that's just because of that specifically is underdog ADP. Now, what I will do is just create my own rankings for these eventually, but it's going to be pretty tough for me to create rankings for these kind of drafts and honestly believe in them after doing so many underdog drafts where I just feel like these ADPs suck. What I will do actually is I'll just take the elite quarterback. As you can see, they're like continuously changing. So the best part about what I have in this sleeper-based draft assistant is that you get to see your best options very easily. It's a lot easier to associate in this case just because there's not as much going on. Devonta Smith is my highest ranked player. He doesn't have the bye conflict. He's a wide receiver 1 in his offense. I would have taken him over Josh Allen in my rankings. However, he's ranked super low here, so I'm just going to take him here. Igbuka and J-Mogo. Now, my best option is Cam Scadaboo. My second best option is Jalen Waddle, who does have the bye conflict here with Devonta Smith. Obviously, while we can start up to 4 receivers, we also start 2 running backs every week. We will be taking our second running back option, Cam Scadaboo. We're just going to keep going here. My only thing that I don't really love about this is it takes like 2 seconds for people to leave because we're not doing live web scraping. Sleeper actually has an API. And for those of you who program, you may know what an API is and how those things work. Is it the most favorable situation? Maybe not, but yeah. I don't know. I'm very much not a fan of this like ADP. Given that we have Josh Allen, I don't know if I've aggregated this in my picks, but it should be a basically 0 other QBs where I don't want to be taking them. Jadarian Price is ranked like in the 11th round or something here. Like if I just look at sleeper ADP and I click on running back, Jadarian Price is ranked at 80 in a PPR league. Like I can easily get Jadarian Price on the way back. Who is my second best option? Because I can see my third. My second best option is probably someone that I have very highly ranked. That is something that I do want to be fixing here. But Jadarian Price is my best. Ramondre is up there. Is Ramondre also super late? Ramondre's even later, actually. So instead, let's go with the highest receiving option that we have ranked here, where we have Marvin Harrison, Mekhi Lemon, and DK Metcalf. I'm all very good with that. Marvin Harrison and Mekhi Lemon have the bye conflict, so let's take DK Metcalf to make sure that we can be starting someone every single week. It's going to be super hard to think about. Like, my brain is getting numb just thinking about this. Jadarian Price is not as big of a reach anymore, so I'm just going to take him. What that does end up doing is it places, while we do have the my picks here, I'm planning on making this a little bit just more aggregated so you can see by the teams or stacks and whatever. But I'm not exactly sure how I want to make this my picks page. Let me know if you have any suggestions. But yeah, mainly just looking at this rankings page. Parker Washington is my third ranked player here just because of my personal rankings just don't have him high enough. I, for instance, do love Jordan Addison. I do want to see who my second... Again, my second ranked player is just showing up in the middle of fucking nowhere. Probably. Tutu Atwell. So there's clearly some sort of issue here where Tutu Atwell is getting ranked highly. Maybe because he's a wide receiver 1. Or he has the potential to be. What I'll do... I want to take the receiver. I will take the receiver that I believe in, Jordan Addison. He will likely be starting over Jadarian Price, and now I have the option of taking the tight end. Kittle is my highest ranked tight end. I do believe that even with the injury, Kittle is a better option here. Ooh, should I be believing that? I guess in a redraft format where you do need to start someone every week, it becomes a little bit more difficult to be thinking in that same kind of format that I just openly said I'm taking. So we'll see about what we do there. We have 4 receivers already. And our best option here is to take Rachaad White. I would go more on our third option here, which is Kenneth Gainwell, who is not high at all in these. Where the fuck is Kenneth Gainwell? Is he getting glitched because his name is Kenny? There's no way he's lower than this. Okay. So, and then if I do Kenny, so someone has taken him, and I can't see it. But let's go ahead and take the next best running back option, Rachaad White. Again, taking Zach Charbonnet is going to be a pup. I think that was officially confirmed today. It's kind of been known, but officially confirmed today. A little bit, like, not appealing. We can take the upside shot on the rookie here, where KC is here. We still have a lot of rounds to go. I would kind of want to get the... Let's see, because my running back room is all right. Like, I do have Gibbs, but Scadaboo and Jadarian Price. Oh, but now I have Rachaad White, so I do want to go receiver here. Golden is down here? Golden is my second highest ranked behind Xavier Worthy. I'll actually take Golden ahead of Xavier Worthy. I think that Golden is a better player who has more, I won't say more, equal opportunity, just has shown more skill since coming into the NFL, which I know is crazy to say about someone who didn't get a single touchdown in his rookie season, but I believe more in his ability right now. Kyler Murray is an option, but again, I would be in most drafts if I'm taking such a high pick QB. I'm either taking QB with my very last pick, which is unlikely. I'll probably take defense kicker, or otherwise. I may actually take Juwan Johnson here, who is the highest ranked tight end, and honestly a tight end. But yeah, now we're done at tight end. I think we're done at receiver. Let's get a running back real quick before we start thinking about these over here. Actually, I don't feel like I need... Oh, what we can do is take Tracy, who would be the direct complement to Cam Scadaboo. He is our handcuff running back. And we'll just take kicker defense here. So we'll just go here, where is my guy, who is the Cowboys kicker? Why can't I remember his name? I'm so, Brandon Aubrey. I can't believe I even had to open that up. Brandon Aubrey. That's who I'm picking. And then, like, obviously, you're never going to get this kind of situation where they come so easily to you. Is there no defenses left? Doesn't make any sense. Oh, because they're named Brandon. So defense is named Brandon. Oh, Seahawks defense? Yeah, I'll take that. Easy. I think I have the best draft, by far. If I were to take a look at this roster, Would it win me a championship? What does that do? Ooh. All right. Let's take a look at this overall roster. So we have starting QB Josh Allen, backup QB Jahmyr Gibbs, or sorry, starting running back Jahmyr Gibbs, Cam Scatterbo, starting receivers George Pickens and Devonta Smith, tight end George Kittle. We have in our flex spot currently DK Metcalf and Jadarian Price. We have kicker Brandon Aubrey, best kicker in the game. Seattle Seahawks defense, which was the best defense last season. While it may not repeat, I can guarantee it'll probably be top 5 this season, considering how they have a lot of the same players, or they have made great replacements and have a great defensive scheme. Jordan Addison will honestly spend a lot of time in my flex. Rashad White, kind of like a handcuff, but we don't really know his situation running back. Golden, Juwan Johnson, and Tyrone Tracy. So, pretty solid lineup. What I'm going to go ahead and do here is get into another mock draft. And kind of see what happens here. But in the meantime, I'm just going to go ahead and do that and mute up so I can bring down my seat. All right. We are all set now to continue. What I'm going to do again is click Team 6, that's what I want, and I'll randomize it 3 times, but let's go ahead and set up these draft settings where they actually are all set up to be just like what we want. 1, 2, 3. We get the 10th overall pick. Ooh, this is not a range that I love. But let's go ahead and see what exactly happens here in the 10th overall pick. Looking at the assistant. Oh, crap. I think I may just have to reload it. Maybe getting confused just because we did a draft. Yeah, okay. So, for some reason, it's having Jackson Smith and Jigba as the highest ranked. That's just not true, so I'm confused there. Those are my rankings. Aggregate ADP. Thanks Gibbs, Bijan, JSN. I'm going to take a look at that algorithm in a little bit, but let's go ahead and get into this mock draft here. I highly doubt that I get anyone that was currently there. This looks more like an underdog draft. Okay, there you go. I thought for a second we were going to get Amon-Ra. For some reason, it has Justin Jefferson better than CeeDee Lamb. I do need to take a look at this math later. I will be taking CeeDee Lamb. Obviously, I'm doing a lot of experimentation right now. Ooh. Boom. And they don't have the same bye week. Okay. That was my main thing there. But now I have 2 amazing receiving options. I can focus on slamming running backs from here on out. But yeah, that is actually an incredible start. If I were to get that in a real league, your boy would be very interested. A lot of the running backs end up going. The highest ranked running back is Javonte. While it does say that Rashi would be our top pick there, let's see if it does some bullshit and put like Bashal Tutin. Like Bashal Tutin is not. I also don't know why he's all the way down there, but I'm gonna take. Oh, Bashal Tutin and Tutu Atwell. They might be getting confused for each other. I should write that down so I don't forget later. That might be a developer note. That's why Tutu Atwell was getting ranked so high. He was being considered that. Okay, anyway. We're going to go ahead and take not Rashee Rice, but we're going to take Javonte Williams just because we need a running back in this case. Right now, our running back situation is pretty cooked. Lamar is up there. Now, having Lamar higher than what we were used to is honestly okay in these kind of situations. Just because I think QBs are just a little bit more important in these redraft leagues where if I take Lamar, I don't need to worry about taking another QB. So I'm going to take Lamar here. Zay does go right after, so it's not like I get the opportunity to stack him. After this, we're still going to focus on getting a secondary running back, but again, we can start up to 4 receivers a week and 2 running backs, so there's a lot of scenarios where you can just fall behind at a position and be okay, but you do want to get the base guys. Mike Evans is the highest ranked player here. Jadarian Price is the guy that they want me to go down and grab. And I'm assuming this is Tutu Atwell or Bashal Tootin. Bashal Tootin is up there as second. What I will actually do is take Bashal Tootin so it will understand that. And there you go. Now that I have Bashal Tootin, it shouldn't glitch out. So I guess the way to make this draft assistant work is to take Bashal Tootin every draft. Obviously, that's not something I'm planning on doing, but Jadarian Price is still going to be the highest ranked just because in my rankings, he's going way higher than the 80th overall pick. After that is Rome Odunze. I'm actually going to go ahead and take Rome here. I feel really great about this receiving room. Obviously, this isn't an underdog draft, but if it was, oh man, I would feel amazing. Real quick, I have a lot to do. I don't know why my entire screen just glitched. I think I may be calling a lot with my API. I had to just run some code real quick to make sure that it's working. Alright, Streamlabs is still up. Still golden. That's a good thing about these 2-minute picks, even though everything else goes really fast. Ramondre is our highest ranked running back here. After that, we have Alec Pierce. I have a feeling that given how Alec Pierce is lower down, we may get the opportunity to take Alec Pierce again, especially considering the teams next to us have taken so many receivers. Obviously, they're bots, but I would assume that okay. So we get Alec Pierce on the way back here, where I think that Alec Pierce is better than Parker Washington. I think that Alec Pierce is better than Cortland Sutton and is in a better situation. You're getting him for a cheap price. He's a wide receiver 1, regardless of, maybe not being as talented as possible. He's still definitely talented enough to be a wide receiver 1. So. Alright, sorry. I got a little bit distracted there. We have taken Lamar, so we're not going to be taking Purdy regardless of his ADP value that we're getting here. Kenny Gainwell. So Kenneth Gainwell and Kenny Gainwell are both being listed here. That is an issue. It's because Underdog changed his name to Kenny recently. I'm actually very interested in taking Kenneth Gainwell, but what do we have so far on the team? We have 4 receivers, so I'll take Kenny Gainwell, who's basically a receiver. And then Jaden Reed is still available. That's who I'm going to go ahead and take. So I'm going to write down on my notes as well. Sorry. Um, says Kyler Murray. Obviously, second best is Kenneth Gainwell, which doesn't make any sense. And Chris Rodriguez. What I haven't done is taken my tight end yet. I think the only reason it's not telling me to take Brent Strange is because of how low he's ranked. But I'm going to go ahead and take Brent Strange. And take one of these guys here. I can take Rodriguez now. Create the stronger running back room. But so now we have the we have a huge Jacksonville team. Like, this is a team that I should probably be taking Trevor Lawrence on in a best ball draft, but all right. Tyler Shuck is best. Sam Darnold is second. It really wants me to get another running back or QB here. I, however, am not going to. Looking at this thing, I should probably just get another tight end. My favorite is going to be AJ Barner. Sorry. I was just checking if I want to give away. Now that we're up here, I think that it's always going to be just more advantageous to stream defenses and have the better kicker. While you can stream kickers, Brandon Aubrey is a must start, in my opinion. And then we can just, like, obviously, I don't think that your drafts are going to go like this. If they do, call me up. I would love to be a drafter with you guys. I will take the worst available defense, which is, for some reason, one of the best ones. But I can take the Rams defense, too. Like, the Niners defense, the Jets defense that had 0 interceptions. Definitely not a good fantasy defense. Not something you should be considering. But, yeah. So, just went ahead and did a couple drafts. Obviously, we do have some of the issues that I highlighted. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into what we've been doing a lot recently. And that is get into a underdog best ball draft. Now, I do know that I have a few active drafts that have, yeah. We'll go ahead and make these picks live. Now, the real assistant, please stand up. Oh, did this get all fucked up? Hold on. All right. Okay. Feel like I just need to reload it so that it realizes the different mode, but should be good here. I can still move this one. Now, this suggestion I haven't even worked on. I kind of gave it up. What I'm going to do here is, given this, let's look at my highest ranked running backs here. Got Travion. I may move Tootin up, honestly. I think that I'm starting to prefer Tootin over Bucky more and more. I'll move Bucky down, but I'm definitely going to take Travion here in this situation. Now, I think I do have 2 more. What I'll do in the meantime is actually get into the fast puppy, and ooh, this is looking like it might fill up. All right. Let's take a look at this one over here, where we are pretty deep into this one. We're getting the Brian Robinson issue again. Again, not something I'm too worried about. We can get our third QB here in Fernando Mendoza. We already have these pre-ranked out on who we wanted. We can get AJ Barner anytime. Stupid simple. We're just going to go here. Our last active draft. Let's take a look. We have all this ranked out as well. David Montgomery is the faller, probably because of the split backfield news that came over here, even though for some reason it's still in his underdog viewership was showing that he was viewed as a 3-down back. I would prefer to take another running back here. Our draft is starting in 30 seconds, but we're in the QB range here where we've taken Puka Nakua, so we don't need to worry about QB as much, but I do want to get Hurts to pair up with Devonta Smith. We'll see what happens. We get 9 here. That is pretty annoying. Let's see. Oh my god, how do we still have this issue in Underdog itself? Underdog is a lot harder to deal with than Sleeper. Sleeper, I built that shit out. I mean, obviously, I had a lot of the architecture already made, but I built that shit out in one day. Versus Underdog, that took a long time. We'll look at ESPN and everything because I do have an ESPN league that I get into every year, but I want to see if JSN is still falling. He doesn't. Obviously, this is one draft, but this may be my last fast puppy. We'll see. I do want to see if there's other drafts available. After I make my next 2 picks, let's go ahead and do that. Please take CD. God damn. I want to be able to take Jonathan Taylor as a faller, but he's just not falling to me. You know, like, he's falling to other people, but not to me. And what I wanted to do here was take a look at the... So the Pug is still there, which is the PP... Oh, this is not the PPR draft, is it? Oh, I didn't even get into this. 3 max entry, because there was a PPR draft, and I think that's gone. What is this Pug? Just a 3 entry max. Alright, I don't think I'm gonna... I maybe have gone into it. I don't remember if I'm gonna be honest, but... Yeah. Ooh. Our highest ranked player here is gonna be O'Marion Hampton. We're just gonna go ahead and click him. I don't know why it's not loading. Okay, that was a little bit scary. What I'll do, I don't think that I've ever taken the CD O'Marion Hampton pairing, because whenever I've taken CD, yeah, I don't even think I've taken a lot of CD in general. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Obviously, you can see I've kind of changed how this works. I don't know why this is showing up here. Obviously, Underdog is half PPR. 8.8%, so not a lot. Not a little either, but not a lot. All right, we're just kind of waiting up here. Allen goes at 24 and Jacobs at 25. Oh my God. All right, it's my turn to pick. And Chris Olave, a massive fall here. Oh wow, I do not have that time. I'm forgetting. I will take Chris Olave anyway. He was my highest ranked player, where I'm taking him 4 picks after ADP, 3 picks after ADP. But holy, forgot the kind of time that we have here. Maybe willing to just take Waddle. As you can see, Waddle is now ranked ahead of Tet. Or right behind Tet. Sorry, I was about to say I'm not going to say Tet. But I could definitely see myself taking him over Tet. I feel a lot better about taking Jalen Waddle than I do taking Tedero McMillan. But again, I'm going to end up taking so much Travis Etienne if he keeps falling past 40. Alvin Kamara just isn't good. His ADP is 35, so I should probably lower him in my rankings even more. But seriously, Malik Neighbors, and I need a second running back, so I'm just going to take Travis Etienne. Like, that's just not, that doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I mean? That's like a very, like, stupid one. Sorry, I'm just going ahead and finishing this, like, last little, bit of this project that I've been working on that actually is not about Bestball, but... Wait, what just happened to my... Huh? This is how I get behind. All right. Adams, DeAndre Swift, Montgomery. Honestly, haven't seen anything too different so far. I need some fucking water. It is so hot in California. It's actually pissing me off. I don't want to fucking do this shit right now. Now, having the double New Orleans Saints, I could honestly have the entire New Orleans Saints here. Ooh, what's great in this scenario is either taking a receiver or Lamar. I think this guy is struggling not to take Lamar. Yeah, he need... Like, I didn't want to, but seeing that quarterbacks are going to be taken off the board, I would rather take Lamar and probably get a receiver I like. I really just hope it's not Jordan Tyson because I can't select Jordan Tyson. There's no way I'm letting myself select a third New Orleans Saint. I won't let my last puppy be that. Alright, we gotta make some updates in this code that I'm writing. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and do that. Then we're about to be on the clock here. Carnell Tate goes. Damn, that was what I was hoping wouldn't happen. That is the most unfortunate thing I've ever seen. Basically needed 4 of the 6 picks here in teams that have 4 and 5 receivers now. Like, this is just insane. Oh my god, Tyler Warren. Oh my god. Tyler Warren saved my life. Anyway, Tyler Warren is not a bad pick here. Just, I'm going to have to start one of these receivers every week. I don't feel the greatest about that. While I also want to take Dak. I'm kind of killing myself here. Let's take a look at the big board as we keep churning along here. Nothing super out of the ordinary after that team did some crazy stuff other than Jaden Daniels getting reached on. I would really have just hoped that they would have taken Lamar. I get taking him with Terry, but like, damn. All right. Alec Pierce just went off. That was someone that I was quietly eyeing. I'm going to take Dak as my stack for Herbert isn't as strong as my stack for Dak is. And now there's just no way that I lose every receiver that I'm interested in here. Oh, now I've taken the very aggressive quarterback approach is now what I'm realizing. This is a team that I have Lamar. You see tight end, QB. This guy can take 2 receivers and I wouldn't be mad. These next guys better not take receivers. I can't believe Tucker Kraft, off a torn ACL, is going 1 round after Tyler Warren, who had an amazing rookie season that came with a 99-year-old Phillip Rivers, which I have no idea why the Colts did at the same time. All right, we see Sutton goes. That isn't a problem because Jordan Addison is who we wanted. Josh Downs is also very considerable at this time, but I feel like considering that Josh Downs is more of a gamble and Jordan Addison's on the board versus, you know, again, teams have to double this dude every game. Guess who that leaves open? Now, the quarterback play, horrendous. Don't get me wrong, but Regardless, you're getting some decent opportunities here. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and set my Claude to work. And we are back. Purdy goes at 95. Is that the Evans team? Yeah, it is. Mahomes fell. Okay, I was gonna say, where's Mahomes? But there he is. I honestly am a huge fan of the new draft assistant. I'm just writing some more notes for what I should be fixing in my next developing sessions. But Harold Fannin, Michael Wilson. I will be taking Jacoby Myers here. I think that's a starting level receiver. And he's my second highest ranked player here, ahead of Stafford and Pitts. So very happy with that pick. Definitely needed the receiver depth. Ooh, and we should have probably waited instead of taking Dak Prescott and just taken Tyler Shugg at 112 or 129, wherever the fuck. 129, I think, is where he goes. So. Let me know if you guys are people who are in the developer world and stuff like that. Like, what kind of LLMs are you guys interested in? What kind of sub agents are you running? You know, like, you don't need to break down your entire technical workflow. Trust me, I'm not trying to steal from you. But, you know, like, what are you... 3 QBs before their second running back is very interesting. I feel like they are hoping that running backs don't go off the board. So kind of just tank them and also increase the value of my team. My next highest ranked running back, who, while I have Jordan Mason, I have Chris Rodriguez over Jordan Mason. Chris Rodriguez should fall in my rankings. That is something I haven't done yet. I also do have... No, I don't have Tune in this one, do I? I don't. Interesting. But yeah, like, what do you think about your models? What do you think about, like, what you're doing? And, for instance, do you max out your weekly usage capabilities? Like, for instance, I am a huge believer that I want to max out my Claude usage every single week. Like, I don't want there to be a single token that I didn't use. And I pay $170 a year for Claude. Full transparency. No, I pay more. Right? Is it $170 a year, or is it $17 a month? I remember paying yearly made it cheaper, and it was $17 a month otherwise. I think it just made 2 months free. But yeah, I pay the yearly rate. I've had it for a couple months now. I've already used more tokens per value. My queries have been insane in comparison to actual money spent. I've been able to make some really cool projects like this thing. Yeah, I'm gonna do pretty good in my upcoming drafts, and I'm realizing Some of the drafts I'm going to be in next year going to be super short. It's not going to feel the same. I'm realizing I need to blow my nose and I don't have anything to blow my nose with here, and it's pissing me off. We are an hour into the stream. Chris Rodriguez finally does go, but alright, Shahid is there. That is someone that I always like to see, so... Ooh. I have a very interesting idea on what I could do here. Yes. Exactly what we needed happening. For some reason, they believe in Jake Ferguson, even though they don't have either QB. We get the #1 guy to pair up with Lamar Jackson because he just has the touchdown upside. Where we know that, I wouldn't really say that the yardage, passing yardage, the way that passing yardage gets really dumbed down, and even if, Zay Flowers is an 80-yard, 100, even if he's a 100-yard a game receiver, the dude does not score touchdowns. He's also not a 100-yard a game receiver. He's an 80-yard a game receiver where you're getting 3 fantasy points that are correlated, which is nice because you'll get 11 points instead of 8 points when you have Zay Flowers, or instead of 3 points when you only have Lamar, but it's not the most necessary. I did want to take a receiver here. None of the receivers are that good. I'm going to go ahead and reach down on Omar Cooper. Just because I don't feel as good about Shakir or Diggs. Now, Shakir is going way past ADP. Maybe this is the one time I consider him. But honestly, yeah, like he just goes off right after. I'll let it happen. I'm not going to go here and cry about not having Khalil Shakir. I don't know why. Sometimes my dude just like pauses and has no idea what's going on. Hello? Did it just delete my prompt? Alright, I don't know what's going on. I think that my Claude may just be going through it. Alright, I'm on the clock here. See a whole bunch of receivers go off. Trey Tucker is the ideal. So we're going to take him. I want to take a later round tight end with my second tight end. But I can also be convinced into taking Kenyon Sadiq. I would much rather just take Tyler Algier, though. Obviously, we don't know who's going to be available to me, but yeah. All right. Ooh, Jawan Johnson makes it here instead of Kenyon Sadiq, so I will just take him. And we'll just take a running back in our later picks. Sean Tucker's available. We can take Jaden Blue in this situation in a Javonte failure, but yeah. I really hope it's just not using my tokens. I do like to use tokens, but not that much. I think there's just too much. Yeah, I'll probably just work on this after the draft because something is clearly wrong. But oh, this is not live at all. All right. Did my Wi-Fi go down? That might have been the thing. All right. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and come back here. We're already good here at QB. We may take 6 running backs in this build. It's saying 8 receivers instead. This running back room sucks. I'm going to take 6 running backs instead and do these 7 receivers. We'll take Dylan Sampson. That's actually a very good handcuff / receiving back that you get in the offense. Obviously, Quinshon Judkins had I think he had some sort of abuse allegations. Again, allegedly. Don't remember, if I'm going to be completely honest. But if that continues to be some sort of issue for him, you know, Dylan Sampson can absolutely slam at this value where he will have like probably 3 whole usable weeks as a Browns running back, but you're getting him at a super cheap price. And obviously has the receiving workload where he can have a random week where he has maybe 2 spike touchdowns, but AJ Barner goes. We're done at tight end as well. We may just take Jeremy Bernard to be our final receiver and just take 2 running backs. And Jaden Blue is hopefully going to come back to us, and then if we get Elijah Surratt, I may consider him, but I most likely shouldn't be thinking about that. What is it? So I just want to go over here. All right, what I'm gonna do here, for some reason it's not working there, but instead I will just be using the application. I don't know if any of you guys have used that application before, but it is pretty cool. The difference between the Claude application and the Claude Code application, but yeah, I may want to get into. Ooh, it's 9:40. I may get into one last sleeper mock draft before. I know there's one person watching this, and if you care to go into the chat and say what you want to do, I'll literally do whatever you want. I have no shame. Pause. Not whatever you want, but I'll do a lot of things. All right. We're coming up here, and we see that Jaden Blue did go off, which is really unfortunate. But we can just take, either Mike Washington or Katron Allen. I think that the Washington backfield is a little bit less decided, where Katron Allen can turn into a preseason darling, and this will be an insane pick. And then we'll take the last running back available. Ooh, this is a nice situation. I've only taken him in a few, but spamming these little handcuffs at the end here where I feel like I have a solid set of starters and my every other position is really good. My wide receiver is not that great. Maybe I should have taken the 8th, but yeah, I don't mind it. There we go. All right. This one should be ending very soon. It does. Okay. Not the worst for a 2 quarterback team. Generally, these are lower projections, but overall, not bad. It takes like 15 minutes for each. Let's go ahead and do one. We'll claim our main one and then we'll just do a single randomize. Okay, we just go to 7. And then we're just going to go ahead and start it. But, all right. I'm not even going to look at it. There you go. So, I love Trey McBride, but that is way too rich for my blood. Chase Brown is my highest ranked player. Saquon is number 2. I'm willing to take, yeah. Where, oh, my bad. Rice is up here, and I'm actually going to be able to take him here. So, we'll take Rice. Ooh, I had a feeling that I was going to get him, but I didn't get him. Tootin is showing up. Devonta is nice. It's better than Lad and Zay. Oh, Devonta, I have to take over Jalen Waddle, but I don't like it. I don't like it until we have like more confirmation that he's gonna be the number 1, and it's not even close. But we could take Drake May here. I would actually just rather take Bestball Tootin. And then just take whatever quarterback comes up next. Hurts is an option. So in this case, we can take a second quarterback. It's not necessarily required, but we have a lot of good receiving talent, so it's not the worst situation in the world to take another quarterback. We can take a tight end. Craft. Probably should have taken Price, but should have taken Price. I think the issue is I'm going to take Price in every single redraft league that I do. None of my top 3s are here. Kenneth Gainwell, who has probably been taken as Kenny, but I'll take him a none guy. Mahomes is available. We haven't taken a receiver in a while, so I'll take once Reed or Pittman. I think we can get Reed down the other way. Take Pittman. We do get Reed. Yeah, that's a great value on Reed. Pittman and Reed together, it's kind of nasty. And let's go ahead and take a look. We're done with receivers. We can take a tight end here as a backup, or we can take Jordan Mason as our RB1 in his offense. Jordan Love is no longer available. We have Bestball Tootin, so I don't want to keep doing that, which I feel like I will otherwise, but like, is Tracy available? Let's take Tracy. Alright. Honestly, I'm good with just taking Kraft here and just taking 2 QBs instead. I'll take Sherman. because in this case, I think the top 5, top 6 QB or tight ends, where you're getting Porter before Kraft, which is crazy. I would rather just take a tight end. But yeah, I have no idea how their kicker rankings are made, but it's clearly wrong. I may need to create my own draft platform. This is crazy bad. But we take the Seahawks. We've taken. Ooh, the Rams went off this time. Guess we'll take the Seahawks again. Yeah. All right. Hope y'all were able to get a little bit with these sleeper drafts. They're definitely a little bit different in comparison to what we normally do, but yeah. I'll be here all day, every day. So let me know if you have some suggestions on the kind of drafts I should be doing. But for now, peace.